Team USA is hurting, coming off a shock defeat at the hands of the Boomers 48 hours ago, and Team Canada have been outstanding on their Australian tour and are set to try and cause another boil-over as we welcome you to Kudos Bank Arena for the final game of the series leading up to the 2019 FIBA World Cup in China, which is now less than a week away.
But the big news that I mentioned, O'Shea Brissett is out. He pulled up lame after game 2 against New Zealand. He's injured and in some doubt for the World Cup. Of course, Australia and Canada in the same pool. He's been their leading scorer here as we get underway here at Kudos Bank Arena in Sydney. And the USA working to the right of your screen. Control the Tatum. This dry smile on his face at the moment because they're getting good looks and just can't come up with the goods so far. And here's Mitchell firing, and eventually he breaks the drought. It took their 4th shot. Cam Birch, he couldn't come up with the goods. So now Tatum hands over. He got the knockdown the first shot, and he's going to knock down the second. Good job there from Phil Scrubb. Eventually, but has to use the support of his brother. Shot clock rolls to single digits here. They've missed their first 4 shots. We've played almost 3 minutes, and Canada struggling to get something happening at the offensive end as Pango's touching the ball.
And if we take a look at Donovan Mitchell doing his work, very nice shooting technique. He's not going to die wondering. Donovan Mitchell happy to let it fly.
Taylor in the middle.
3.5 minutes played, opening quarter action. Pango. Oh, rejected! Pangos wasn't expecting that. The athleticism was outstanding from Turner. Here's Cam Birch wheeling and dealing, can't convert, loose ball. So the USA 2 of 8 from the field at 25%. Canada will take that, but they certainly don't want to be 1 of 8 from the field themselves. As Barnes goes to work, count the 2, draws a foul chance at a 3-point play.
And Pangos is...
Draws Jaylen Brown out. That gets a good screen from Cam Birch. Goes solo. Oh, again, athletic rebound. Turner, though, it was dislodged by Birch, but they're coming back again, the USA. Middleton with it. Donovan Mitchell. Alley-oop play, a nice finish there coming from Miles Turner.
What a pass, though. Playing one pass ahead. Knew that was coming before he even received it, did Walker.
And they've scored 6 unanswered points here, and Cam Birch finally puts a stop to it after with a miss. His opening salvo. Nemhard with it now. Edgeham wide open, and he drills the 3. The first success from long range. Now inside the last 3 minutes of this first term. USA by 5. Margin has been as big as 9. Scored the first 5 of the game. And Jaylen Brown forced into a tough shot, but it's all the bottom of here on the Australian leg of their pre-World Cup tour. He's here now. And Jaylen Brown's here, and now as well as he knocks down the 2 and draws aside the last minute of play here, term number 1 from Kudos Bank Arena in Sydney. Team USA with a double-figure lead. As Nemhard looks to make something happen, and does. Nice way for him to open his scoring account.
Great class.
One against New Zealand before he was injured. So Kemba Walker with it. 8-point edge for the USA. Walker steps through the traffic, knocks down the shot and draws a foul. He's a genius.
I can't believe where they picked him up from. They allowed him to get ahead of steam against the Canadian guards. Have a look at this. This is in the front court already, so...
But unable to knock that down there, and Kemba Walker, 4 points in that opening quarter, comes forward, feeds Barnes, outside, Harris, penetration from Harris, off glass, he comes up with the 2. His first.
Sit down, have a look at the start of this second quarter.
Pango's hands over. Cam Birch working on Turner. Outside. Wiltshire. Down to the baseline. Tough. Oh, Turner got a piece of it, but it tumbles. Will count the 2. And Wiltshire, from the 2 games against Australia, where they were very happy to shoot from outside. Oh, Walker. He's coughed it up here. Smile on his face, but Kango's look away. Pass from Pangos and rush into the hoop. The points out of there by 6 of their 21 have been taken from beyond the perimeter. So they're making it penetration more of a key, and Mitchell does it on cue, and the fall away, all the bottom of the net. Mitchell adds another 2, quickly enough to disrupt the shot. Now Donovan Mitchell. Walker, down low, Tatum, muscles his way in the low block. Nice spin move as well, and strength as he comes up with
20 points against this USA team.
Phil Scrubb found some space down the low block, tip in, and Turner Shot clock works to 10 here. We've played 4 minutes in the second term. Canada down 11. They've got some defending to do here. Tatum. Oh, Turner from close range.
Around this all-star backcourt.
Double figure scoring in both games against Australia, Turner. 15 and 14 boards in their game 1 win. Pangos gets the reply he was after missing
A player you would expect to string a couple together.
Mitchell hands over. This is Jaylen Brown firing over Pangos. Can't complete it. Gets his own rebound. Stayed with it. Disrupted the shot, Ken Birch, but he got another opportunity.
Proud against Plumlee. He would have had a wide open 3.
Wiltshire tried to get away from the D of Jaylen Brown, but his recovery was excellent. This is Phil Scrubb, the younger of the two brothers. He fires. He was backpedaling straight away for Plumlee. Was knocked down.
9 turnovers now, Case.
Woeful. Well, here's Phil Scrubb feeling it. Lap of on Klassen. Got the offensive board and the putback draws a foul. That's Best. Picks up the dribble. Mitchell against Kajami Keane. Shot clock works now to 6. And the shot comes and it's knocked down there by Jaylen Brown. He's got double figures and leads all scorers.
Breakdown of the defence there. Lack of communication. Looked like they were trying to switch, and if you don't switch, someone's going to be open.
Wiltshire hands over. Kazar Kajami Keane was well outside the 3 line, but it doesn't matter. He opens his scoring. Completed. Middleton now none of 3 from the field yet to score in the game, and Aaron Best is quickly up the floor here. Wiltshire, he fires over the top, but Derek Whiten comes up with the finishing touches.
Look at the lineup the United States have on the floor. They've got 5 perimeter guys all on the floor at the same time, so really no stereotypical 4 or 5 man.
Margin cut to 5 here. Well, the penetration was good. Foul call on Edgem. Jaylen Brown. His shot is off the mark, though. Loose ball. Getting after it is Chris Middleton.
Really nice set coming out of the timeout by Canada there. We did see some good player movement, but when you got Donovan Mitchell that puts the ball to the deck, gets to the...
You see how that is officiated there, but the whole series here is that we've seen right back to Perth a week ago. They've let that go.
I'll be seeking clarification.
Here's Walker. Walker close to the hoop, comes up with the 2. You get a Pangos just to milk it at the moment against Marcus Smart. Tried to split a couple of defenders. Smart gets after it, needs help. The pass for Donovan Mitchell was knocked down by Phil Scrubb. Mitchell, he's got Middleton in support. Elliott play! Oh, the first half comes alive right on the halftime buzzer as Donovan Mitchell climbs upstairs and shows them a whole bag of tricks.
Fantastic way to finish the half for the fans and Team USA.
Between the legs as well. Tatum, hard to the rack, flips it up, can't complete it. Good D from Canada. Neither team able to get some effective offense going at the moment. 90 seconds done here in the third, and Birch rolls to the hoop and comes up with the 2.
Turnovers, which they've been able to do, and turn that into transition baskets. That's another way to find points, or easier points, when you're struggling from the field.
Barnes likes his chances here, and Pangos to beat. Birch arrived late, but they can't prevent him from adding another 2.
Well, that's a serious mismatch down on the block. Too much size, but also versatility from Barnes.
First score for Barnes since quarter time. Penetration comes here from Tommy Scrubb, and it's tipped in. Birch high above the rim. Worst clip. So 3 minutes played, term number 3. As Tatum rushes to the hoop, worried out of the points. It came back to Turner, who throws it down over his head. 6 in the game now for him to go with double-figure rebounds. The margin again at 15, but not for long.
That's what he...
Edgem grabs the rebound. Now Pangos. The Scrubb brothers on either wing. He goes to Edgem and gets it back. Looks inside. Birch from close range adds another 2 lengths, and he cranked it up here. 4 minutes played, term number 3. Shot clock rolls to single digits here for Team USA. Walker takes them on, steps between a couple of defenders, and with the left.
What he can do in the NBA, but just looks a bit out of sorts to me.
He had that injury, of course, that he's been dealing with. Might still be bothering him.
Pangos pass, turnover. Tatum upstairs! Well, that'll bring the crowd to life. There from Melbourne, Edgem. And inside they go. Ambitious stuff there from Tommy Scrubb. Comes up empty. He's yet to score in the game. Nice pass, nice finish as Jaylen Brown up again, the USA. Turnover number 13. And here's Ken Birch against Lopez, who said, "You're kidding." Get all out of that.
No.
Love that from Lopez. Now the offensive end, well, he wanted to give it back there to Brown, and why not? Because he's the man with a hot hand. He's got 9.
Talanover, he was a real student of the international game, brought a lot of the concepts, so it served him well.
Good player as well. Was controversially left out of the 72 Olympic team. How about that goal? Wiltshire with it. Water. Wiltshire fires from 3 again, this time unsuccessfully. Tatum the rebound off to Walker. White next in line. Found some space in the key. Off glass. Wouldn't work. Lopez tip in does. Brook Lopez gets his first score in the game. And the margin's up to 20. Aaron Best brought onto the floor and try and make things happen. He goes with the left hand, can't complete it. Slow pass, almost dissected Wiltshire and Nemhard. They clean it up. Here's Wiltshire with a reverse finish. That was nice, and he drew a foul in the process.
Well, he has shown that
3-point attempts that they did against Australia in both games to 3-quarter time. Shot clock rolls to single digits here. Wiltshire in a mismatch in terms of height against Smart. Turns to the baseline and fills it up. He's now got an...
And gets pinged for the foul.
they need to find a way to get Wiltshire a few more shots as well. 55% from the field. The rest of the team is in the low 20s.
Here's Walker. From close range, Turner for the finishing touches. Play the creative beast, Kemba Walker. In the game. She's got 4 rebounds, a couple of assists as well. Shot clock to 4 here for Tatum. Met upstairs there by Birch for the finishing touches from Turner. 10 points, 14 boards for him.
Well, Birch did his job, come from that low.
22 against New Zealand here last Tuesday. There's Birch. Wasn't particularly pleasant to look at, but he kept it alive. Wiltshire in a mismatch, takes on Kemba Walker, gets it done. He makes 2. 14 for him in the game now and off to the free throw line. After they were both in the teens in the third term.
Oh my.
Harris came up with that after Canada coughed it up. Derek White, Middleton, backdoor. Harris takes them on, just muscles his way in close. High scorer in the game. He's been able to do it all night as well. Jaylen Brown.
He has, and he's done it so efficiently, Case. 8 of 11 from the field and 1 of 2 from the three-point line. Tremendous athlete, good size, and just bully ball there, getting to the basket, and that's the explosion. Just able to still elevate, rise above.
But they got it up the floor, the USA. And now Marcus Smart with it. Hands over. Barnes, baseline. Against Dwayne Notice, who we're seeing for the first time, and Barnes, well, it could be worse. They could be chanting something else at the moment, because I don't know if everyone's particularly thrilled about getting their money's worth here. This is under the hoop, Derek White off glass at 24. Canada just 7 points in this term. The shot clock rolls to single digits for them here. Wiltshire attracted plenty of attention, draws a foul, threw it up, and they'll count it as well. Great play. Kyle Wiltshire, and a chance to add the extra.
Plumlee and Lopez have been uninspiring about their performances from the middle. You know, that's their weakness. No doubt about that. This American team, they're great in the guards all the way around the court, but they're bigs. Turner tonight, brilliant points, 15 rebounds. He's been exceptional, but you have to question the depth after that of what we've seen so far.
Well, they're making their presence felt here. The Aussie fans want Brook Lopez, and they want him now. A little out of control there, Tommy Scrubb. Did well to regain his balance. Now he's got Plumlee to contend with, and he put it high off the window.
Causing the turnover. 12 turnovers now for Canada.
White. Alley-oop play, and Plumlee with a nice athletic.
They're in with a red-hot chance.
Well, I expect them to be further along as we see our man, Wiltshire.
Yeah.
Just slicing and dicing. He's had a great game.
He has.
18 points, 7 from 11 from the field. The rest of the team in the low 20s.
He's got 8 of their 14 in this last quarter, Wiltshire. Double figures in game 1 against Australia. So he's healthy, he's good, he's illegally.
Yeah, here he comes. Here he comes! Yes, Greg Popovich! And he gives him a little hit to the head when he goes to check into the game. He gives Pop a little pat on the bods. Oh, dear.
Well, the Sydney fans have wanted to see Brook Lopez out here. The rebound, his third to go with 18 points. There he is now. Wanting to take on Lopez. Gives up the dribble and goes to Aaron Best. The left-hander fires, and Aaron Best comes up with his foot. They have cranked that right back. Wiltshire against Lopez. Now chance for Kajami Keane. Back to Wiltshire, who fires, knocks down the three. He's got 21 to lead on for Team USA on what they are serving up here, less than a week away from the World Cup in China. After the event from Kajami Keane, there's no danger of the result in terms of who was going to win, and it ends up being a 16-point margin in favour of the USA. A nice moment between NBA championship winning coaches Nick Nurse and Greg Popovich. But they have some work to do, the USA.
And Canada as well, Case. I think that they would not be overly inspired about their performance here tonight either. They've been in Australia for quite some